Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in TikTok. Welcome in YouTube. Let me bring FB in the chat. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Make sure you guys tap that live button, tap the screen, YouTube, hit the thumbs up. Welcome in, welcome in. If you are just joining, let's get up to 1,000 likes and then we're gonna get started. And then we're going to get started. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome in. If this is your first time seeing me live, type new in the chat so I can shout you out. If this is your first time seeing me live, type new so I can shout you out. Welcome in FB, welcome in YouTube, welcome in TikTok. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Lane. I teach you guys how to get positive habits to start your own health. Anybody can do what I'm about to teach y'all. Hey, April, welcome in. Hey, welcome into the chat. Welcome in, YouTube. Make sure you guys put hello in the chat so I can shout you out. Welcome in to all my new people. Welcome in, FB. Hope everybody Friday is going well. If you are just joining, I teach you guys how to create an extra stream of income for yourself through providing safe housing to adults in need. So if you've ever had desire to get paid for housing veterans, seniors, people transitioning from homelessness, people that are in place to go home, you're in the right place. I'm gonna teach you guys how you can do that and get paid for it. No, you don't have to be no nonprofit. No, you don't have to be a group home or a personal care home. You can be an everyday person. And here's the thing, y'all. I am not no nurse. I'm not no CNA. I am just a baddie with a business mind and a heart that love to help people, and I found a way to get paid for it. So that's why I teach you guys how you can start these up in your cities and your states. Anybody can have a housing program, and we're gonna break it down for y'all because a lot of y'all sitting here thinking that you need to start up a personal care home. You think you need to start a group home, but you don't need to do. Start you a housing program because anybody can get started in this field. Once we get to 1,000 likes on TikTok, I'm gonna need y'all to tap the screen when y'all come in here if y'all want to learn. What we doing? YouTube, smash that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Colonda. Hey, Chrissy, hey, Lane. Just mobile. I'm mobile. Y'all know I be on the go. I'm trying to put y'all on. When I live my life, I don't be shackled to my houses. I really mean it. I created the life of my dreams because I started a housing program. And that's what I be trying to tell y'all. When you build something that can run without you and that solves a problem, you can live life how you want to live life. I get on planes, I go do things. I'm not about to sit here and be shackled to my houses. That's why I teach you how to house independent people that can do for themselves. Don't need your baby in them. All they do is set them up a safe place and give them a chance to have a place to call home. That's it. You ain't gotta do too much when you start these housing programs up, y'all. Hey, Melissa, welcome in the chat. So you too, make sure you guys smash that like button, like, comment, and subscribe. TikTok, when we get to 1,000 likes, then we're gonna get started. But y'all not engaging in the live stream, so I'm gonna need for y'all to tap that live. FB, make sure y'all hit the hearts too and share the live out. Share the live out. If this is your first time seeing me, I teach you guys how to get paid for providing safe housing to independent adults in need. Anybody can do what I'm about to break down to y'all. I don't care if you're a felon. I don't care if you got bad credit. I don't care if you don't have 30K in the bank. Anybody can start a housing program, y'all. I've been doing this business since 2021. I have a total of 6 houses and 49 beds. I don't own one property. So I do this all while renting. And that's what I'm teaching you what's true and what's possible for you guys. You don't have to own property. You don't have to be licensed, zoned, or certified. I've been doing this successfully since 2020, since 2021 in Atlanta. No license, no staff, no certification. None of that. Get in the chat, get in the chat. So really, hello, thank you for taking the time to teach us today. That part. So I want everybody in the chat to comment what city you're in, and I'll let you guys know if you can start a housing program in your area and get paid for what I'm about to teach you. So everybody in the chat right now, I want to see who we got in the room. Drop your city, let me know where you guys are at. I'm based in Metro Atlanta. We got Greenville. Where is that? Is that where's Greenville? South Carolina? But you definitely can do this in South Carolina. I see another South Carolina. Yes, you can get paid from housing the homeless in South Carolina. What else we got in this chat? What other states? We got Baltimore. I got students out there in Baltimore. Absolutely. Who else we got in the chat, y'all? Youngstown, Ohio. I have students in Ohio. I have students in Columbus. I got students in North Carolina. I got students in Michigan, Florida for sure, Wisconsin. Do I got students out here? I think I do. Philly, absolutely. I got students in Philly that's up and running. Coming to Georgia, I got students everywhere throughout Georgia. You know, you definitely can do this in Georgia. You for sure can do this in Orlando. I got students in Orlando as well. Who else we got in chat? Mobile, Alabama. Yep, you can do this in Mobile. Absolutely. Dallas, Texas. I got some heavy hitters. I got some heavy hitter students in Dallas that's doing amazing. Yes, you can set this up in Dallas. So here's what I'm going to teach you guys what it is that I do, and so you can know how you can set things up in your cities and your states. Detroit, definitely got to Detroit, and Memphis. So here's what I teach you guys. So I teach you guys how to create your own housing program. Anybody can create a housing program, y'all. Let me tell you what this is. Let me tell you what this is and what this is not. So I like to call this independent housing. For some people, you may have heard the word independent living. You may have heard the word shared living. You may have heard the word co-living. What else? Sober living. It's all the same concept, y'all. So what I'm about to teach you is all the same concept. The key thing is us as housing providers, us as the housing program, you as the housing program, your only job is to provide housing only for people in need. Everybody in the chat type housing only. Everybody in the chat type housing only. And I only got an hour with y'all because I got some stuff to do later today. So I'm gonna need for y'all to engage with me, learn, and be ready to let's go. Because I'm trying to take y'all to the top with me. Y'all just want to watch me win. I want you to win with me. I want you living life with me. I don't have to be the only one traveling and living my life, y'all. So that's the thing. We provide housing only for independent adults. Now, that means it is not your job to give these people 3 meals a day. It's not your job to provide these individuals with medication. It's not your job to bathe nobody up. I'm gonna tell y'all what this is not. It's not a personal care home. This is not an assisted living. This is not a group home. If you want to start that, this ain't that. So you might want to hit through. But you might want to sit tight because I'm gonna introduce you to something better than that. I'm gonna introduce you to something that's better than that. YouTube, let's smash that like button. It's too many of us in this chat, and I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is the new wave, y'all. Independent housing programs is just making everyday people impactful earners, impactful CEOs. I don't care if you a felon. I don't care if you did 30 years in prison. I don't care if you got bad credit. Anybody can win in this space. And why is that? Because you don't need a license to set this up. You don't gotta call your city. "Oh, excuse me, do I got permission to set up this housing program to house 800 Stop doing that. Y'all need to stop doing that. Y'all listening to all this nonsense on the internet, and these people is spinning y'all in circles. I'm telling y'all something that I do in real life. I started this in 2021, and I'm still doing it to this day. This is why I'm able to live the life of my dreams because I create a housing program, I keep my people in check, and I make sure my housing program is compliant. And that's what I teach you guys. You don't gotta overthink this. Stop trying to sit here and get these people 3 meals a day. You are not a group home. Everybody type no group home in the chat because y'all be getting real confused in my chat. Oh, so you mean to tell me we ain't got to get them 3 meals a day? No food. So type no group home in my chat right now. Right now, I need y'all to get it. I need y'all to get it. YouTube, let's hit the likes. I'm at to hang up on y'all if y'all not engaging with me. I don't know. If I don't feel the energy, I'm gonna hang up on y'all. I'm gonna talk to TikTok and I'm gonna talk to FB. But I'm trying to get you guys to understand this is not a group home. That's why you don't need a license to do this, y'all. You're not providing any care to these people. It's housing only. When you stick to the model that I set out for you guys and you stick to the blueprint doing since 2021, nobody's gonna bother you, y'all. The city can't clock my That's what I tell people. I've been doing this since 2021. The city ain't clocking nothing. The city came to my house one time, y'all. They came to my house one time, and it was for a reason. And when they came, they couldn't say nothing because they couldn't find no fault in it. We're not giving these people care, and we're just providing them housing only. You don't gotta get a license. You don't need experience. You don't need 24-hour staff. So when y'all keep it simple and follow the blueprint that I set out for y'all, you're gonna win in this space. Now, the minute you start going over there trying to pay people up, trying to give out meds, now you got a problem on your hands and you deserve to be shut down. I don't teach y'all that nonsense. So stick to providing these independent adult housing only. I want y'all to remember that. All right? If you got it, type got it. So we only provide a housing only. That's why you don't need a license for this job. That's why you don't need to go through zoning. Excuse me, sir. Do I got permission? Like, what are you doing? There is nothing illegal about providing safe housing to independent people in need, y'all. These are grown people that can do for themselves. Why do you need to go get permission? What? You are not bathing nobody up. So this is why I like to relate it to y'all. So think of it like an Airbnb. So before I was doing this business, I was doing Airbnb. If you've ever stayed at an Airbnb, drop a one in the If you ever stayed at an Airbnb, drop a one in the chat. Because I'm about to kind of explain what it is that we do and how we're similar to an Airbnb. Now, when it comes to you being in somebody's Airbnb, guess what? You're a guest in their home, and that Airbnb has rules. It's the same thing with you setting up your own housing program. These individuals that you're housing in your housing program, they are a guest in your home, and they have to follow your rules. And what I like to call them is program participants. Everybody type participant in the chat. So these are our participants. They agree to follow the rules that you create for them to stay in your place. So they know they're not no tenant. These are not tenants, y'all. These are not tenants. You are not nobody's landlord. So I got to get you out that mindset. We are a housing program and we create safe and structured living for independent adults. So that's what the difference is. Back to the Airbnb example. So before I started this housing business, I used to do Airbnb. And if a person is coming to get Airbnb and they think they're gonna throw a party, you think you about to have extra guests on the reservation, then people will call and have you escorted off the premises with the police. Same concept with your housing program. I teach each and every one of you how you can set up your own independent housing program. There is no right or wrong way to do this, but you have to have structure for it to be successful. A lot of y'all might be thinking, "Oh, this kinda like a boarding home. This kinda like a rooming house." This ain't that, y'all, and let me tell you why. I hate that word boarding home. I hate that word rooming house. Imma tell you why. Because there's a thin line between a rooming house and a trap house. I don't teach y'all to set up trap house. YouTube, Imma need for y'all to hit the thumbs up on the stream. It's about 2 of us in the chat. Thank you. Hit the thumbs up. It's right here. It's free to like. It's not gonna charge your card to like the live. TikTok, we gotta get up to at least 8K. FB, what we doing over here? I'm gonna need to see some energy in this chat. I'm gonna need for y'all to hit yours too. I'm not exempt. I'm giving y'all the good information that people not gonna tell you. I'm telling you the business model that changed my life and allowed me to live the life of my dreams because I get paid for I get paid for housing people. I'm trying to push y'all in position because anybody can do this. I am not no nurse. I am not no CNA. I'm just a baddie and a business girly after. No, I'm a businesswoman first, and I'm a baddie immediately after. That's my phrase, y'all. So it's nice to see that you know where it came from. That's all. You ain't gotta be nobody spectacular. You ain't gotta go to college to learn this. You ain't gotta be no CNA. Listen, nobody care about none of that. You can be a single mother. You can be middle school educated. You can be somebody that don't know nothing from nothing. As long as you got some type of business mind and a heart to want to help people, you can thrive in this space. You can thrive in this space. And that's what the difference is. So I take everything people and I turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. Everybody type impact in the chat right now. This is what the difference is. We do what we do. Everybody that right now. That's the mission on this channel. Heavy on the impact and heavy on the income. We gonna get paid. We don't do nothing until we get paid too. And that's what I teach y'all. So we getting money and we helping people. So it's really a 2 for 1, and you cannot lose when you do that, y'all. You ain't gotta be no nonprofit. This is not a nonprofit. This is a for-profit business. I teach you guys how to get money and how to build sustainable businesses that'll last you a long time. When I tell y'all my housing program been around since 2021 and it's still around, that's what it is. Because I know how to run this business. It's a lot of cap on the internet. It's a lot of people teaching this that just learned last month. Them not the people you can learn from. If they just learned last month, they ain't got not one house they can show you. They ain't got no people in the house that they can show you. Don't even listen to that nonsense. Anybody can go and chat GBT and try to. This is real experience. I'm really in the field. I'm really like that. And I've been through everything in this business, and that's why I can coach you guys from any angle. The city done been to my house, y'all, and guess what? They couldn't clock me. Ain't none of my houses ever been shut down. I can say that about me. I don't know about nobody else. I ain't never had no house get shut down, and I never will because I'm really happy about that. So I teach y'all how to do this the right way, how to set it up the right way so you're compliant, your house is staying under the radar, and you making your money in peace. That's the key, y'all. You should be able to make your money in peace, keep your people in check, and give back to your community setting up these housing programs. The minute you out there and you start doing all these crazy things, you got 30 people hanging outside the house, you running a trap house. Oh, you deserve to get shut down. I don't teach you how to set up trap house. This is real impact on this channel. Real impact being made over here. I don't teach you how to set up nonsense and rent out private rooms on no pass split. This ain't that. This ain't no pass split. This ain't no putting no room on FB Marketplace and thinking you doing something. This is real impact right here. Let me show y'all what we do. I teach y'all how to get paid by the bed. Everybody type bed in this chat right now. Everybody type bed. We getting paid by the bed. We not doing that private room nonsense. I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. We are getting paid by the bed, y'all. Because the more people you can house, the more money you can make. The more people you can help, the more money you can make. Them private rooms ain't doing nothing for nobody. Them private rooms is a headache. Listen, y'all, when I started out this business, I thought I was doing something renting out private rooms. When I tell y'all, them people took me through there. They took me through there with them private rooms. I had one lady selling cat out the room. I had another lady messing around and doing this with it was too much, y'all. Them private rooms is not, it ain't nothing to be messed with. That's why I teach you guys how to do shared rooms. We are putting a minimum of 2 individuals in one room. Let me show y'all I know we got some visual learning. Let me show y'all what I mean by that. This is how we make our money, y'all. This is how I teach y'all how to make our money. We get paid by the bed in this. We are paying a minimum of 2 people in one room. And yes, there are independent adults, y'all, that are willing to share a room. And why is that? Because they ain't got no other choice. Maybe people like you and I wouldn't want to share no room because we have choices, but guess what? The demographics that we serve and the demographics that we house in our housing programs, y'all, they have nowhere else to go. Because if it's not for housing programs like us, if it's not for housing programs such as yourself, the people that we house, they'll be in the shelter, they'll be on the streets, or they will be in prison, y'all. There's no in between. So that's why they need us. That's why housing programs are so in high demand. These traditional landlords would never rent to the people that we house, y'all. Never. So that's why I need each and every one of y'all to set up these housing programs in y'all cities. Get paid for helping people get off the street and providing safe spaces and doing this the right way. Not stacking people up to the ceiling in bunk beds. I ain't telling y'all to do that. I'm telling y'all to keep it decent. Treat these people with respect and decency and provide them a safe space. Listen, when you do right by people, y'all, the money is going to come. And you want to know why my beds, I can keep my beds filled? Because here's the thing in this business, if your beds are not filled, you're not making no money. The way we get paid, y'all, we got to have people in these beds. We got to have people in these beds. If there are not people in these beds, we not making no money. TikTok, let's get up to 10K. We're doing amazing. Let's keep tapping the screen, y'all. If you're enjoying this content, keep tapping the screen. YouTube, you guys smash that like button. Thank you. FB, y'all keep sharing the live and y'all hit the hearts too. But this is where we make money is we have to keep these beds filled. And I teach you guys how to keep these beds filled. Now, what you don't want to do is start putting these people in those bunk beds because if you have people in bunk beds, y'all, you're gonna attract a different type of crowd. You're gonna attract a different type of demographic, and guess what? They're not gonna stay with you a long time. So I teach you guys how to set up these housing programs, make your money, and last a long time. So here's two different things, right? You can do this the transitional housing way, or you can do this the real way, the impactful way that your people are going to be with you for a long time. And the type of people I like to house, y'all, the type of people I like to house, they don't never go nowhere because guess what? They're not going to find better than this. They're not going to find better. So I would rather sit here and house people that I know they're not really looking for much. But when it comes to those transitional populations, y'all, like for example, let me give you some examples. If you're housing like people in recovery, if you're housing people that are working class, they work in a job, you housing people that are just coming home from prison and they're still kind of young. Just know that if that's the population that you're housing or aged out youth, just know that you're gonna have to always be having to keep them beds filled. You're gonna have to work over. Listen, I like to make my money in peace. I like to set my stuff up one time, fill it up, and not have to do all of that extra work. I like to get on planes. I like to travel. So I teach you guys how to structure this business model where you ain't got to be working overtime. I understand that some people want to open up sober livings and all these other type of things, but just know what's going to come with that. Be ready to work, y'all. A lot of y'all in this chat working 9 to 5, and that's not going to work for you. If you working 9 to 5 right now, drop a one in the chat. If you working 9 to 5 right now, drop a one in the chat. I do not need to be housing. If you're working in 9 to 5, that's not the population you need to go after. You don't need to go after these people in recovery unless you full-time entrepreneur. I'm just trying to keep y'all from making mistakes because those population requires a whole lot of attention. I'm trying to teach you how to set this up so where you can still work your job if you want to work your job. You can still spend time with your family. You should not have to sit here and be slaves and shackled to a house. Let me tell you, my biggest mistake when I first started out, let me tell you, my number one demographic that I wanted to house was guys coming home from prison, and it was real eye opening because number one, that is a very hard population to start out with. So if you're just starting your housing program and you want to house people, I would not recommend for you to just out the gate start taking these guys from prison, y'all, because that's gonna number one, they need help getting jobs. They barely have money. So guess what? You're gonna have to be waiting on that money for about 6 months. If that's something that you want to do, just know what come with it. But I teach y'all how to get in this business and get paid within 90 days. So we getting paid over here. With that demographic, I don't recommend if you a beginner to start out with them because you're gonna be in for a whole lot. You're gonna be ready to quit. Because when I told y'all they took me through there, they took me through there. I was doing so much for those re-entry guys. And that's what I always tell my students. The demographic you think that you're gonna start out with, the demographic that you think you're gonna start out with, it might not be the demographic you finish with. Because I just knew in my mind, I want to house these people coming home from prison. I want to help them get back on their feet. I want to do this. I want to do that. But listen, y'all, we are not a nonprofit. We have to get paid. I teach you guys how to set this up as a business and get paid. I ain't got time to be waiting on no grant. So if these people are not willing, look, I was over here helping these guys get jobs. I was taking them getting food stamps. I was helping them get IDs. And guess what? They got their first check and they was gone. They bounced after they got their first check. I said, oh no, I can't keep doing this. After the third one did me like that, I said, oh no. And I had to pay the rent for 2 months. I'm sitting here pulling out my reserves to cover this rent. And I'm sitting here I said, "Oh no, something got to change. Something got to change." And so when I realized that, I said, "Now let me start looking into these seniors. Let me look into these old folks, these disabled." When I tell you that was a complete game changer. So listen, You want to start your housing program up? The biggest mistake you can make is sitting here telling yourself you're only going to house this demographic. Don't do that. I know it's a lot of cap on the internet telling y'all that, oh, you want to house veterans and get $1,500 per bed. It's cap. Stop falling for the cap. And that's the thing. When y'all be chasing that money, y'all get caught up. Y'all be the main ones getting scammed. You're like, they told me I was gonna get 1,500 for housing reentry, and you fell for it. Stop chasing the money, y'all. Chase the impact and watch the money come. Chase the impact and watch the money come. And that's what I teach my students. That's what I teach my students. In the beginning, you have to be flexible, y'all. You think all these people got $1,500? No, they don't. Now let's get to the money part. If you want to know how we getting paid in this business, drop how in the chat. We're gonna get into the good stuff. I'm gonna teach y'all how we really getting paid because it's not the way y'all think. Y'all be thinking, oh, you gotta get grants, and y'all hearing all this cap on the internet. Oh, we need grants, we need grants. You don't need no grants for this. You don't need no grants for this. Everybody type no grants right now. I'm about to get into it. Everybody type no grants right now. If they told you you need a grant, it's cap. That's straight cap. I've been doing this since 2021, y'all. No grants. This is completely private pay. This is a private pay business model. So what does that mean? Private pay means that the individual we house pay us directly. The biggest misconception is when y'all hear that people are homeless, I think that homeless people don't have no money. Y'all. So many homeless people that get money, they get checks. They get income, they get checks. So stop sitting here thinking you hear the word homeless, like the person that's sitting on the street corner holding a sign like this and showing out. Those not the people I teach you to go after. That's a dangerous conversation. I would never tell somebody to, oh, go help that person, see if they get money. No, yeah, that's not how we do our people. That's dangerous. I would not recommend. If somebody tells you that, please. I just need a home and I work. So I live in a shelter in LA. Okay, well, I'm sure it's gonna work out for you. Absolutely. Yeah, so this is private pay, y'all, which means the people that we house, they get money. Now, what type of money they get, y'all? They get checks. Everybody type check in the chat. Everybody type check in the chat. Kitty, what you laughing at? I'm cracking up. Y'all so goofy in this chat. Y'all know I'm so unserious. But oh man. All right, yeah, check. So everybody that I teach y'all to go after, they get a check. That's a social security check, a disability check, a VA check, a retirement check, a paycheck. So if they don't get some type of check, they don't need to be in your housing program. They don't qualify for this house. You want to stay for free, go to the shelter. You want to stay for free, go find you a shelter. This ain't that. We get paid for what we do over here, y'all. This is not a charity work. This is real purpose work, and we getting paid for what we do. I teach y'all to create real business. This is serious business. I'm not sitting here working for free. We got bills we gotta pay, we got rent, we got life we gotta live. You deserve to be paid for your purpose. And ain't nothing wrong with getting paid for helping somebody. Don't ever let nobody tell you otherwise. This is not no charity. That's why you don't need grants. And honestly, y'all, you want to get grants, you go set you up with a nonprofit. This ain't that. I teach y'all how to get money. Everybody's type get money. We get money. I'm not sitting here playing around. My time, my energy is too valuable. I'm sorry. I gotta get paid for what I do. We look, ain't nothing free in this life. Y'all know gas just went up to like $10, right? Y'all know gas ain't listen, you talk some houses like for free. Gas just went up. So what we talking about? We gotta get paid. The same way you clocking in for that 9 to 5, why you can't get paid for providing safe housing to somebody? And you absolutely can. And don't let nobody shame you for wanting to make money. We gotta make a living, but we just doing it in a different way. We creating impactful businesses. We creating safe spaces for people in need, and that's what the difference is. So make sure that you guys are only housing people in your housing program that get money. If they don't get money, they don't qualify. Now, if you want to sit here and get paid through the state, You want to get paid through insurance, you want to get paid through grants, guess what? You're going to need to be licensed. I don't teach all that. The method that I teach you guys, there is no license required, and that's why anybody can set this up. That's why you can be a felon. That's why you can be a single mother. That's why you can be middle school educated, because the people that we house are paying us direct. What do you need a grant for if the people that you house can pay you? TikTok, let's get up to 20K likes. Y'all doing amazing. YouTube, I'm gonna need y'all to interact and smash the like button. Thank you. Same thing for FB. But that's the thing, y'all. We not housing nobody for free. They gotta have some type of money because this is completely private pay. Completely private pay. And that's why anybody can start this up. Yeah, if you want to get a grant, you more than likely gonna have to be licensed or certified. Remember, this business model that I'm teaching you, you don't need no license, no zoning, and no certification. If y'all follow the blueprint that I set out for y'all, you don't need a grant. I've been doing this since 2021, y'all. I got 49 beds, no grants needed. No grants needed because my people get money. I don't gotta chase the people down for money. Listen, my old people, they be calling me, I got your money, come and get it. Like, you think they about to run off on you? Look, these old people need a place to lay their head. These ain't working people that's sitting here skipping out and they check this shit. I don't teach y'all to house that demographic. That's why we get money over here. Now you want to sit here and play around with people? Go do your private rooms and go house them working people from Amazon. I don't teach how to house no working people from no Amazon. No shade to y'all, but no shade to the people. No shade to the Amazon people, but that ain't my target. That ain't my target. That ain't my target. So I teach you guys how to go after the demographic of people that get money that's gonna pay you. They're not about to run off on the plug. They need somewhere to live. My little old people, they can't be on them streets. They wouldn't last 5 hours. These old people sickly. They listen, they need food. They can't be on them streets living in the car. Somebody said, how do you make sure you get paid? If you just join, but we just went over that. They have to have income to stay in your program. Listen, if dumb people are not paying you, they're gonna leave. Before I have somebody sit in my bed and sit in my house and squat, they're gonna leave because these people get me. They're not about to not pay you and be staying together. Some people gonna take their check and go somewhere else. That person for housing. These are people that get guaranteed money. The only people that's not gonna pay you is working. The only people that's gonna give you gains. Shout out to Fatima. So if you in this chat and you want to become a student, my housing bundle is on sale. It's gonna walk you step by step. It's gonna walk you step by step if you want to become a student and learn from the queen. Anybody teaching it like that. But that's what the difference is. My bundle walks y'all down step by step. But that's why I teach y'all. Only house people that get guaranteed income. Let me tell y'all some of the best populations that I enjoy housing, right? Let me tell you guys the best population to house that's not gonna run off from the plug, that's gonna enjoy following your rules. I'm trying to get the link. No check, no bed. That part. It should be in this live stream if you're on FB. If you're on YouTube, it's in my description of this video. All right, you charge based off of how much they get. We about to get to that. We about to get to how much you can charge in a minute. But I just want to make sure y'all understand it. Stop taking people that ain't getting money. If they don't get money, they don't belong in your housing program. That's what be getting y'all caught up. Y'all be letting y'all emotions. Oh, they told me they sob story. Listen, y'all, you know how many sob stories I hear every day? Sob stories not gonna pay the bills. All right, I'll keep it in my prayers. Have a nice day. Like, I can't do nothing with that. This is not a charity, y'all. This is a business. Everybody type business. I teach y'all how to start a business. This is a business. This ain't no nonprofit charity work. We gotta get paid. If it don't make money, it don't make sense to me. If it don't make money, listen, I got a heart for the people, but if it don't make money, it's not really adding up. The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. I'm telling y'all. So I teach you how to create a real impactful business that makes you some money and it helps your community at the same time. and it makes you money at the same time. It's not coming to you. Save money to leave and come back. Your genius, brilliance personified. Thank you, Dennis. Period. Yeah, y'all. So that's what I was saying. These are the best demographics that I enjoy housing that you need to take note. I like to house veterans, y'all. And listen, I'm not just telling y'all to house one population. Do not get me confused. I house, listen, I take anybody that get money. I take anybody that get money. Everybody type all in the chat. ALL. Everybody type all in the chat. I teach y'all to take everybody that gets some money and that's willing to follow the rules that you set in your house. If they get some money and they willing to follow your house rules, who are you to deny that person housing? Who are you? Oh no, you ain't no veteran. I ain't about to house you. Like, who do you think you are? And that's exactly why your bed sits there empty every single month and you struggling paying the bills because you talking about I only house debt. You look dumb. So I teach you guys how to get in this business, how to make an impact, how to make your money. And that's by taking everybody. Stop being over here being overly picky because somebody on the internet told you that you can get $1,500 for housing a debt. Stop the cap. The likelihood of you filling up your house with straight veterans is getting $1,500, y'all, that's a dream. And I'm a truth teller before I'm anything else. That's a dream. I'm gonna look you right in your face when I say that. Don't sit here and chase no $1,500. It's not happening for you. It's not. It's not happening for you. So y'all gotta get it. Now, let me show y'all. We get paid when we keep these beds filled. Now, you might be thinking, well, how much can we charge per bed? How much can we charge per bed? So my housing program, y'all, is based in Metro Atlanta. Everybody is not gonna charge what I charge. So I'm gonna give you guys a what they call it. I'm gonna give you guys a range, right? So me in Metro Atlanta, my bed price is $750 a month. The room divider, I have this in my Amazon storefront. So I get this off of Amazon, and that's just a touch that I do for my people, and they love it. When I tell y'all, I take pride in keeping my beds filled, and I do things for my people that make them want to stay. That's how you keep your money coming every single month. You making these people feel comfortable, and you got them stacked up in bunk beds to the ceiling. They're not going to stay with you a long time, and your bed's going to be it's going to be a constant revolving door. I don't teach y'all that. I teach y'all how to make money and how to build sustainable housing program. That's what the difference. So I do put a room divider. You don't have to do this, but it's something that I do just to add value to them, and they love it. They always tell me how much they love it. Because guess what? If it's not for our housing programs, if it's not for housing programs like yourself, the people that we house y'all, they will be in a shelter sharing the same room with 50 other people. They'll be in a big old open space, have a little mat, and sharing a room with 50 other people. They would rather share a room with one other person than 50 other people. And that's why I'm telling y'all need to start these housing programs up because there's such a big need for safe housing in our community. And I can't house everybody, y'all. I'm only in Georgia. I'm only in Metro Atlanta. I got 6 houses and 49 beds. I don't want to house the entire world. I'm good with 6 houses and 49 beds. I run other businesses. I have other businesses that I'm running and that I'm building that take care of me. That's why I teach you guys how the opportunity for housing these people are so high in demand. So high in demand. If y'all only knew how many students out there on the streets that's homeless, it's so sad. It is so sad, especially the senior men, y'all. The men have it the worst. And let me tell you, I didn't realize until I got into this business how the men, they're old, they don't got no kids, they don't got no support system, they don't have no spouse. I don't know what the men got going on. But the men, that's the majority of who I house, y'all. And I love housing the men. They listen, and they ain't with all that drama. But that when I tell y'all the homeless population for men is next level. So if you think that people not willing to share a room, go look at your local shelter and tell me what you see in them lines. It be nothing but men, y'all. Men, seniors, disabled people. Those are the people that need your safe housing. So I don't care where you're located. I don't care if you in the country part. I don't care if you in the major city. There's homelessness everywhere, y'all. Homelessness is everywhere. Everywhere. Now, I'm getting to that. Listen, y'all, I'm walking y'all down because y'all want me to do steps. I'm trying to walk y'all down. So if you're just joining, type just join. And I explained to, if you're new to me, my name is Wayne. I'm based in Metro Atlanta. I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless through starting your own housing program. I've been doing this business since 2021, and I'm still doing it to this day. I have 6 houses and 49 beds. I didn't need no license to start this up. I didn't need to go to zoning. I don't need to own property. I rent all my homes, y'all. So I'm gonna teach you how you can rent these homes with permission. Um, what else? I'm not no nurse. I'm not no CNA. I'm just a business girly. That's the baddie, and I found a way to get paid for helping people, and that's why I get on here and I teach you guys what's possible. You ain't gotta open up no group home. You ain't gotta open up no personal care home or assisted living. I would never be in a position to open those things up. And that's why I want y'all to know what's possible. I have students that are felons, y'all. I got students that did 30 years in prison that just came home 2 months ago, and he already got approved for his housing program while he's living in a halfway house. So that is proof right there that any of y'all in this chat can start a housing program. I don't want to hear none of y'all excuses. I really don't, because you just don't want it bad enough. I got students that are single mothers. One of my students, y'all, her name is Majesty. She in Arizona. She is a single mother. Before she started her housing program, y'all, she was on live watching me just like y'all, doing DoorDash, doing Instacart and Uber Eats, and she invested in my bundle. Majesty currently have 3 houses open right now in Arizona. She said, I ain't got to do DoorDash no more. I ain't got to do Uber Eats. Money is good. Let me let y'all hear from Majesty. Look, I got real receipts. I don't know about no other culture in this, but I know my students is having big motion. I'm just having big success. Let me let y'all hear from Magic. This is real life. Like I'm really changing lives in real life, and I'm changing lives through my students because they're opening big houses, and I'm changing lives with people I know. So it's really too fun, y'all. Like I'm really living out on purpose and I'm getting paid well. And I teach y'all how you can get paid well for living in your purpose. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you shouldn't be charging nobody. Well, shut up. You clocking into a 9 to 5. You can't tell me nothing about nothing. If you clocking into a 9 to 5 and you got a problem with how I make my money because I have a business where I get paid to help people, you need to go clock in and worry about yourself. So I teach you how to get paid well for your purpose. You should not be on this earth struggling if you got skills and passion to help people. Monetize that passion, y'all. And that's exactly what I did. I cracked the code. I ain't had to become no group home. I ain't had to become no personal care home. Like, get out of here. And a lot of us will never be in a position to start that stuff anyway. And that's why I'm bringing this to y'all. A lot of us will never have 40K sitting in the bank to go purchase a property and start a group home and get a sprinkler system. This is the new wave. There's men in this space, y'all, that are felons that's feeling it. There's men in this space with background. A lot of them coming home from prison and trying to find these dead end jobs, and all they need to do is to start a business. Turn that passion that you have and monetize it into something so impactful. That's exactly what I did, y'all. I took my heart and my passion and I monetized it to a housing program. That's why I teach y'all. Any of y'all can start this up. You gotta heart to help people. Start you a housing program. Turn that mission into a housing program. Let me let y'all hear from one of my students. Let me let y'all hear from one of my students, Magic. This is real life being changed. Majesty just became a student last year. She ain't even been doing this business for a full year yet, y'all. I make we ain't got to yeah, really good. I can pay off plan on. I had like 4 people already. So open for 30 days. I had 4 people, one woman and 3 men. And then go. That's real students, real success, real receipts. And that's because she invested in my program, did work, built something that can't nobody take from her. She don't gotta depend on her family to help her no more as a single mom. Because listen, y'all, one house is really like one house is really that's all it took for me. Y'all. One house really turned me up. I was making an extra 4K a month every single month. I didn't even have one time, set up the house one, build it with the right demographics, and I get my money every single month. Now, let's get back to how much you can charge per bed. How much you can charge per bed in this chat. Now, let me show y'all back this up. So I'm based in Metro Atlanta. My bed price is $750 a month. If you're in another place, your bed price might not be my bed price, but I charge $750 a month just for this one bed. Just for this one bed, and I put a minimum of 2 people in one room. Now, I have students all across the US that charge different bed prices. So I want everybody in this chat to drop their state, and I'll let you guys know what my students are charging by the bed. Now, for my students that are in Cali, they charge a minimum of 950 a month per bed, 2,000 per bed. My people in Florida, they charge starting at $800 per bed, all the way up to 1,200. For people in Houston, Texas, they start out at $700 a month, all the way up to 850 per month. For Charlotte, they start at 700 per month, all the way up to 850 per month. For my students in Arizona, Majesty, her bed start at 850 a month. For I have students in Dallas that's doing they big one. My Dallas students, they charge me at $800 per bed. So what's gonna determine what you're gonna charge per bed in your area? I have students that are in Alabama, they charge $500 per bed all the way up to 750. So what's gonna determine what you price your bed at? Number one, is gonna be the cost of living in your area. Everybody type cost of living. So these are two things that's gonna determine how you can price your bed. So number one is gonna be the cost of living, because you ain't about to sit here and charge $1,000 and people not even making that in your area. So you have to know the cost of living in your area. And then number two, you have to know the people that you're housing, what they can afford to pay you. Everybody won't be able to afford to pay the same as everybody else. So let me give you an example, right? So my minimum bed price is $750 a month. A lot of my people that I house, they're on a fixed income, which means they don't get anything more than what they get every month, and they don't get anything less. They get one set amount every single month, and it doesn't stop. Now, I have some people that get $943 a month, and I charge those people 750. Now, I do have some people that pay me $1,000 a month per bed, and I do have some people that pay me $1,200 a month per bed. But everybody does not pay that. So I would never get on here and think about it. Whoa, you can get 1,200 per bed, because that's not true. That's cap. Most of my people, y'all, they pay a minimum 750. So that's my minimum bed price. So you have to know what the cost of living is in your area and which afford to pay. Everybody's not going to be able to pay $1,200 per day. So you have to know the people that you're going after. So those are the two things that's going to determine how much you can charge. I'm in Metro Atlanta. I charge 750. A person in Cali would never sit here and charge those 750. They would never. They don't even make sense to do that. Like if you're in on the west, if you're in Cali, you shouldn't be charged underneath $100 per day if you're being real. So you have to know your market. And in my bundle, I teach you guys how to properly price your bed, how to know what to charge in your area. Now let's get into how much money we can make in this business, because this is the fun part, y'all. I want y'all to really see the income potential of how one house is really life changing for a lot of us. A lot of y'all out here looking for second jobs. You out here DoorDash. You out here doing Amazon packages. You don't need to do all that. You need to put that energy into one house, setting up the house one time, furnishing the house one time, filling it with the right people, and collecting your money every single month, y'all. And that's the beauty of this business. I could be anywhere in the world. I could be anywhere in the world. If I homeless, I'm alive. It must be late. I house homeless people. There's homeless people get money, so I don't know where you came from. If you look to this chat, homeless people get money. I don't know why y'all think that homeless people don't get money. They get good money. They get a nice little check, and they spending that check. Homeless people get money, guys. So stop thinking that they don't. What about New Jersey? I got students in New Jersey. They start out with 850 per bed. They start out with 850 per bed. So here's the thing, y'all. We get paid by the bed in this business. Now, when you're first starting out I like to tell my students to start out with at least a 4 bedroom. My 4 bedroom, my first house was a 4 bedroom. So you wanna start out with at least a 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom. Everybody type 4 in the chat. Everybody type 4 in the chat. 'Cause this is the best type of practice for it to y'all. 'Cause you gonna now the reason so everybody type 4 too in the chat. So I want you to start with a minimum of 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms if you can. But if you can't, I go underneath a 3 bedroom. 3 bedroom is okay, but don't go underneath that. Now, but the example I'm gonna show you is a 4 2, and that's what I started out with. Now, when you have a 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, you should be able to get a minimum of 8 beds in that house. You should be able to get a minimum of 8 of these beds in that 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom. So everybody type 8 man. TikTok, let's get up to 30K likes, guys. Let's talk about it. But listen, for you to make have a profitable first house, you need to have at least 8 beds. Remember, you getting paid by the bed. I'm about to do the math for y'all. So the math is about math. Math is about to start mathing. The math is about to start mathing. So stay with me. Don't go nowhere. I'm trying to show y'all what it's like to be a house program. What it's like to be how I'm able to live my life. So yeah, we're putting a minimum of 2 people in each room. So if you have a 4 bedroom, you should be able to get a minimum of 2 people in each house room. So the rooms need to be big enough to fit 2 twin beds, guys. At least 2 twin beds. You're not putting them on no California king, not putting them on no full size, it's a regular twin size bed. It's a regular twin size bed. Listen, and they okay with that twin size bed because they in them shelters sleeping on the mats like this. So they okay with this. They okay with this twin size bed. So don't think that they not. They great with this bed. And a lot of these old people, they struggled up. They can't be in no big old bed anyway. They can barely get out the twin. So what you gonna put an old person in the California king anyway? It just not making sense. So all you need is a twin bed, y'all. We getting paid off of these twin beds. We getting paid off these. I gotta keep it real because these old folks can barely get out the bed as it is. So you gotta make it easy for them. All they need is a twin. That's it. All they need is a twin. So y'all that's just joining, I teach you guys how to get paid for your own housing program to share living. We're getting a minimum of 8 beds into a 4 bedroom house. Now, my first home, y'all, it's a 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom. I put 9 beds in that house. I'm about to do the math with y'all to show you what's the income potential one house can bring you. Now, my very first house, I started with real estate. I signed my lease back in 2021. And let's do some simple math. I wanna show y'all the simple math of you setting up a house one time and getting that and listen, y'all know how when regular traditional landlords, they have property, your income stream is one property. You renting homes or you being a landlord and you're setting a housing program, you have 8 streams of income in a 4 bedroom, y'all. So those are everybody type 8 and try to get the streets to everybody type big, and I really want you to see this in your head. You really got streams of income out of one house. Landlords ain't making this type of money like we making. They not making this type of money like we making. They only getting one my landlord only get paid off of me one time, and they gonna get an extra $200, $300 if that. We really making out way better than our landlords. Yes, so that's why I want y'all to start with at least a 4 bedroom because you can put at least 8 beds in there. Now, my very first house, I put 9 beds in it because one of the rooms was just way too small to put a extra, 2 twin beds, and I was able to convert a space into a private. So let me do simple math with y'all. Imma do simple math, and Imma show you, Latanya says my sister made me get on. Oh, thank you for joining. Shout out to her. So here's simple math, y'all, right? And Imma break down my rent, Imma break down utilities. Stick with me, not rush me. Not rush me. I just want y'all to understand these numbers that we about to start seeing. Because the money will money. That's why I tell y'all, get into this business for the right reason. And don't be chasing the check. Shout out to Ashley. Ashley did her biggest one. So if you're serious and you really an action taker, you're gonna become a student because my students can't lose because they learn from the queen. My students cannot lose because I teach them my blueprint that don't miss. I take everyday people and I really turn them up into impactful owners and impactful CEOs. So that's what the difference is. Now, let's get into I want to show you my numbers, right? And this is from one house. You can take your housing program business as far as you want to take it. That's what I love about being a boss. That's what I love about being an entrepreneur. Because listen, there is nobody's gonna come clock my tea and be like, "Oh, you can only have 3 houses. Oh, you can only do no, no. Nobody's coming here clocking your tea and telling you we're not licensed by the state, y'all. Everybody type no license in the chat. The state ain't clocking no tea. This ain't no group home. This ain't no personal care home. This ain't no, they not coming here. Let me inspect these beds. There is no inspection, y'all. That's why I teach you how to set this up the unlicensed way, the no licensed way, the no experience way. That's why anybody can set this up and win. That's why you can be a felon and win. Thank you for this. That's why I need to follow my blueprint, follow my method. I've been doing this since 2021. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. I'm not them other people on TikTok that just learned last month. I'm really in the field. I'm really having it. So yeah, independent living, that part. That part. Angela said, how can I get paid? I have a homeless gentleman I'm housing. Angela, if he ain't got no money, you don't need housing. I teach y'all to house people with money. I can't do that for you. Listen, we get paid on this channel. I don't do nothing for free. I don't do nothing for free. Me, y'all. I'm goofy like that. Yeah, I teach y'all how to get money. I'm not, this ain't no nonprofit. Nonprofit, this ain't that. This ain't that. I'm always fucking in my house. They know not to. You got that money? Okay, it's coming from me. I'm not about to sit here and play with you. If these people are not paying you, they're gonna play in your face. I don't let nobody play with me. I'm a businesswoman first. I'm a baddie. I'm a child of God too, but I like to get money. So, you gotta get your money. We gotta live. We all gotta survive in this life. We have to make an income for ourselves. So don't let nobody sit here and play in your face and take advantage of you. You don't have money. That's why I teach my students to house people with money. I don't have time for games. I got a life I like to live, a certain lifestyle. Listen, y'all, don't let nobody shame you for wanting that. Don't let nobody shame you for provide for your family. I got family to take care of. I got family I like to look after. So you gotta make your money. You shouldn't be housing nobody. This ain't no nonprofit charity. I don't teach you how to start a charity. I teach you guys how to set up impactful, profitable business, housing business. That's what the difference is. But yeah, everybody needs to hear that. So if they ain't got no money, you need to find go send him to the shelter right now. Go send him to the shelter. You did your deed. How long you been staying with you? Listen, y'all, I work with people. Some of the people in my housing program that they maybe they short their money. I work with people, but after so long, I did my good deed. You have to go. 'Cause you're holding up the best space for somebody else that could pay. I'm not gonna sit here and play with you. You running a business at the end of the day. I can't you cannot have feelings in business. You running a business, you cannot have feelings. You're gonna be broke. You know, when I first got started and I told myself I was gonna house these reentry guys coming home from prison because I felt bad. I wanted to help them get on their feet. Girl, I was paying the rent on the house for 3 months out of my pocket. So you gotta put that to the side. It's time to get money. It's time to look out for you. What they tell you in the airplane, you cannot save nobody else without putting your mask on first. You trying to save the world and you can barely pay your own rent. That's not what it's about. You have to take care of yourself first, and that's what I teach y'all. Pour into you first, and when you're good, you can go out and change the world. You can go out and pour out into other people. But how you gonna do that? You barely can take care of your own self. So don't let nobody play in your face. We getting paid for this channel, y'all. I think you gotta turn your purpose into a profitable housing program. And that's what the difference is. And if you wanna become a student, my bundle is currently but yes, that's what I teach you guys. But let me show you guys the income potential that my very first house gave me. So you can have an idea of how to calculate your debt price and how to know what you're gonna be getting when you get into this business. You set it up the way that I teach y'all. Now, my very first house was a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. In that 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, I put 9 beds in that house. So 8 of the beds were shared. You're just trying to let me show you what I mean by shared. This is what I teach you guys, how to get paid from offering shared housing, shared living. So 8 of these beds in my very first home were shared. So let's do 8 times 7 because my bed price is right? So let's do 8 times 7. So my very first house was bringing in 6K. However, we got one more bed that I made into a private. So and I charge the person that's in that private room, I charge them $1,000. So let me add that to the numbers. So we got 8 beds at 750 a month, that's 6,000. Let's add the person that's in the private room, and that's 1,000. So every single month, my very first house, I had to say, 4 bedroom, it grossed me 7K a month. Everybody puts 7K in the chat. So this is 7K that I did not have to pre for. I did not have to DoorDash for this 7K. I did not have to go swing the Amazon package for this 7K. I did not have to stand on my feet as a cashier for this 7K. I did not have to ask no man for no $2 for this 7K. This is me teaching y'all how to set up a house one time, how to rent it, how to set it up, furnish it, and fit with the right people that's gonna pay. You got a extra 7K coming in every single month. Without you having to get back into the house, you ain't had to give no medication out. You ain't had to pay somebody up for this 7K. Or let me put my camera. You ain't had to pay nobody up for this 7K. You ain't had to give out no 3 days for this 7K. This is you setting up your house. Let me show you. This is you setting up your house doing shared rooms, the majority shared rooms, and offering these people safe spaces, y'all. That's what the difference is. We just keeping it simple. Stop overcomplicating the process. We're doing housing only. Everybody type housing only in the chat. Everybody type housing only in the chat. You focus on providing just housing only. You don't need a license to start this up. That's why any of y'all can do certification. You gotta be no nurse, no CNA, no crazy things like that. Hey, unique. If you're just providing these people housing, independent adults. I'm not telling you how to take these dementia patients and these people that's need to be watched 24/7. I'm not telling y'all to house them. I'm telling you to house independent. You need to ask the city. No, Wendy, you ain't got to ask the city nothing. Listen, y'all. Well, let me tell y'all. Before I started this housing program, right? I used to do Airbnb. I used to do Airbnb. And do you think I did Airbnb when Airbnb was at the top, when everybody was like, it was a big thing to do? Let me tell you, you think I sat there and called the city? Excuse me, do I have permission to set this Airbnb up? Because listen, yeah, I went out there, got me an apartment, furnished it, made my money in peace. A lot of y'all be too by the book. There is nothing illegal about providing safe housing to independent adults. Everybody type independent. When you're housing independent people, what do you need permission? Now, if these people need 24-hour care supervision, they need 3 meals a day, they need to get medication. Now, that's a different story. Yeah, you better call the city because they gonna lock your tail up if you're doing that nonsense. I don't teach y'all that. I teach y'all how to do this the right way, how to stay compliant, how to make your money in peace, and how to help your community. There is nothing illegal about making your money in peace and keeping your people in check. Now, if you out there setting up in trap houses, you got 30 niggas in the front yard smoking. Now that's different. They're gonna come shut you down. But you have to learn how to keep your people in check. That's what I teach my kids. We are running safe and structured housing. That's what the difference is. We're not running trap. I don't teach y'all to set up trap houses. I don't teach y'all to have people renting out the house. Listen, they come in here and they act like they got some sense because it's a program. Remember, y'all, I teach y'all how to create a program. When there is no structure, the people are gonna wild out. I don't do that. That's why I tell y'all, set yourself up as a housing program, house people that identify with the rules, give you your money, keep it, and make your peace. Don't have these people living in crazy conditions. Don't be stacking people up out of bunk beds. Listen, when you do things better, you're providing safe housing, you're not bothering nobody. There's nothing illegal about housing independent people. There's nothing illegal about that. Just you follow the blueprint that I set out for y'all, you cannot move. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I gotta find the right mentor that's gonna really give it to you straight. I'm not about to be up here leading y'all down the cliff. I'm doing this business right now to this day. You wanna see one of my houses, bro? I'm out of town and my house is doing the biggest one. I don't gotta worry about that. They in check. I run a strict program. They know what time it is. I'm not leading y'all down no cliff on a business. There's a lot of people on this app that's teaching this and they're not even doing it. They just up here chatting. They up here chatting, trying to sell a digital product. Let me show you my people, y'all. Let me show y'all them right now. Let me show y'all. They in check right now. They in check right now, y'all. Look, look. Old men watching TV. They in check right now. They chilling. Our people be chilling, y'all. They don't bother nobody. That's why I tell y'all, set these housing programs up the way I teach y'all. Fill your beds with the right people. You ain't gotta worry about the cops being called to your house every day because the YN's outside terrorizing the neighbors. I don't teach y'all to house YNs. My people don't terrorize the neighbors. I got them in check for real. Now y'all sitting here trying to house. No, y'all don't. That's why y'all need to listen to how I teach y'all how to do this. But back to what I was telling y'all. Let's get back to the money part. But when you set up your house, so one house is really life changing for a lot of y'all. Y'all looking for a second job. You doing Instacart. What is why? And somebody tell it's the boys that be having the ski mask and they be terrorizing the neighbors. They be out there using substances. So those are the people you don't want to house in your housing program. Now, for the people that own the house, aged out, foster, those we consider those YNs. I did house them in the beginning. Let me tell you, that was a big mistake as well because that's a very needy population. They are overly needy. So if you're trying to find and you're trying to start this up, stay away from them. Stay away from them. That's something you. There are certain populations that you only do when you are doing this full time. Because when I got into this job, I had went in full time. But if you working out of house, stay away from the YNs. Stay away from the recovery population because you're gonna be chasing them down the street. Oh, they use it. They went to go buy substances to the person next door. It's too much. I don't have time. I don't have time for that type of stress. I try to make my money in peace. I like to go on vacation. I like to leave town. I don't got time for y'all to be calling up at the house. I see sirens outside. I'm like, what the heck is going on? If you wanna run that type of program, be my guest. House the right demographic. Make your money, create space for these people. That's it. You ain't gotta overcomplicate. You ain't gotta overcomplicate. Just stick to the blueprint that I set out for you. Now, when it comes to your very first house, if you just joined and type just join. People say we can't see it. Oh, yeah. But this one I showed them. I was just showing them my old man out on the couch watching TV, but they be my if you're just joining, my name is Ryan. I teach you guys how to get paid from house to home to start your own house program. Anybody can do this, y'all. I've been doing this business since 2021. I'm still doing it to this day. I have 6 houses and 49 beds. So I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. We do shared living, shared rooms. I don't own any property. I rent all my homes with permission. So the landlords, they know what I do and they love what I do. And I teach you guys how you can set these housing programs up in your cities, in your states. I have students all across the US that took my course. When I started, they have multiple properties and they're doing their biggest one. Some of my students even off their 9 to 5 to pursue this housing business full time. So when I tell y'all housing can open up so many doors for y'all, it really can. When are you coming to the West Coast? I'm gonna be in the Bay Area May 30th. Go get your ticket. I'm gonna be teaching housing in person downtown Oakland. Make sure you get your tickets. Spots are limited, so do not miss out. If I have anybody in here on the West Coast, go get your tickets to Oakland and learn from me in person. It's gonna be a vibe. For real, for real. We're gonna be on the rooftop. It's gonna be amazing. But yes, that's for the people that's on the West Coast. I will not be on the West Coast after that teacher house. We're gonna be on the East Coast. So yeah. So I teach you guys how to turn your passion, no LA area, only Oakland, so you don't have to travel. But for everybody that's in the chat, I teach you guys how to turn your passion for helping others into a profitable housing program. All of y'all deserve to get paid for helping. You don't have to sit here and look for no second job. Create you a housing program that can keep you paid. Get paid for housing veterans, seniors, people that's transitioning from homelessness, people that are disabled, people that are in need of safe housing, that have money to pay you. That's who you want to house, and that's who you want to dedicate your housing program to. So I teach you guys how to turn your passion into profit. We get paid on this channel. Yes, there's room for each and every one of you. I'm based in Metro Atlanta. I can't house everybody. That's why I get on here and I educate you guys and I teach my students the way that I did successfully and still have my house to this day. None of my house has ever been shut down, y'all. None of my house will never be shut down. Because number one, I don't need a license. I teach you guys how to start this with no license without having to go through zoning, without needing to get certified, without having to use a CNA. TikTok, let's get the live stream up to 40K likes. We've been sitting at 30K for a minute. We've been sitting at 30K for a minute. And then we're gonna keep going with the lesson. But yeah, I want y'all to know what's possible for you. You looking for another job. You don't need another job. You don't need another job. Start your housing program. Anybody can do this. A lot of y'all got spare bedrooms. A lot of y'all got spare bedrooms. A lot of y'all got empty basements. A lot of y'all got attics. A lot of y'all have, or some of y'all are empty nesters. You're not an empty nester. I'm sure you know somebody that have access to property. You know somebody that knows somebody. So there are so many creative ways to get started in this business. You don't have to own property. I don't own not nothing. I rent all my properties, and the landlords they know what I do and they love what I do. So imagine you be able to tell somebody else your vision. They give you full free reign to run your housing program in their homes. Ashley said, purchase my bundle. Let's go, Ashley. Shout out to you. So for everybody that's in the chat that want to become a student, my bundle is going to walk y'all step by step. And look, once you become a student of mine, you get one-on-one coaching through the FB community. So let me show you how to go join the FB community. It's called, and then once you have questions, where you get your questions answered, we have free monthly meetups. And this is only for students that get the bundle, y'all. It's called Bed to Bread Housing Community. And this is where you get to ask questions and stay locked in on your journey and connect with the other students, connect with me. And then I also host free Zoom calls. Our next Zoom call is May 13th. So you can come and ask questions. But this is what comes. So shout out to everybody that signed up today. Go join this community. This you get one coaching on your journey. Yeah, so that's that on that. But welcome in everybody. So TikTok, let's get the likes up to 40K likes. We're gonna keep going. But if you're new here, you can get paid for housing. Just because you have your homeless, it does not mean you don't have. I teach you guys to only house people who have guaranteed money. There are so many homeless people out here that get checks, y'all. They get Social Security, disability, pay benefits, retirement. Those are the people you want to house. You don't have to chase them down. They pay you every single month like clockwork. Where can I purchase the bundle? So it's currently in my BIO. So you're gonna click my profile right up here. Another box is gonna pop up, and then when you get to my page, and we currently have Klarna and Afterpay, y'all. So if you want to do the payment plan, it's gonna break it down for you. So you're gonna click where it says stand, and it's the very first one. And this is a big video, y'all. The bundle is a video. It's a masterclass of me that's teaching for 3 hours. You get forever access, teaching step by step by step. So you get the bundle, which is the video, the masterclass, and you get the forms as well. And then you can use Klarna and Afterpay to break it down into the phone. back to what I was saying, y'all, right? When you set your first house up the right way, it can really turn you up. Let me show you what I mean. So back to the example. My first house, which is a four-bedroom, two-bathroom, it grosses me 7K every single 7K every single month. And this is me not owning this property. I rent it. Am I planning anything on the east? Yes, I'm gonna be releasing it soon. I'm gonna be releasing it. So 7K. Now y'all might be thinking, well, what about the expenses? What about this? What about that? Now, my rent for this house, y'all, is only 1850. Can I show you again? So you're gonna click on my profile right up here. The box is gonna pop up. Click on my profile again, and then you're gonna hit the scan link. Then you're gonna hit the scan link, which is right up here, and it's the first one. Bed to bread bundles. So I teach you guys how to turn those empty beds into monthly income. So this is how you get the money and become a student of mine forever. Once you're a student of mine, we lock them for life, and you get ongoing support inside of our It's called Bed to Bread Housing Community. And if you're in the chat and you want to meet me in Oakland, get your ticket to Cali. Seats are limited, and we do have payment plans for Eventbrite as well. So that's how we. And honestly, if you on the West Coast, I want to see you in the room. So don't get the money, get in the room. So yeah, that's that on that. And then once you become a student of mine, every in-person event that I host, you get a discounted rate to attend. So yeah. But I didn't want to get to that right now. I was gonna wait to the end. But for everybody that's in the chat, one house brings me 7K a month that I don't own. Now, my rent for this house, which is a four-bedroom, two-bathroom, is only 1850. So we're gonna subtract that. We're gonna subtract that. TikTok, let's get the likes up to 40K if y'all want me to keep going. I'm trying to show y'all the income potential that one house is. Trying to show y'all. Here's what coming to Minnesota. I don't think only major cities. Only major cities. Once we get to 40K likes, I'm gonna keep going. 1850 is my rent for my house that I use. So it's a four-bedroom, two-bathroom. My rent is 1850. But what I make from that house that I rent every single month, I make $7,000 every single month. My bed price, I charge 750 a month per bed for a shared room. For a shared Yes, I'm in the United States. I'm in the United States. All right, so let me show y'all. Well, let's get to 40K likes first, y'all. Let's get to 40K likes. Make sure you're sharing the live. Let's get the likes up in the stream. But I'm just showing you guys what the income potential. I have 9 beds in that house. So my very first house, if you're just joining, I always tell all my students that you want to start out, if you can, with at least a four-bedroom and two-bathroom minimum, because you could put a minimum of 8 beds in that house. Now, the house that I started out with, I put 9 beds in there, y'all, because I was able to make other space. So that's what I did about that. So you can get creative with this. It's so many different ways to go, but I'm just trying to keep the math simple for you guys so you can follow me. Now, um, yeah. So my very first house is a four-bedroom, two-bathroom. I have 9 beds in that house. 8 beds at 750, y'all. Let me redo the math for y'all. So in the house that I rent, I don't own this property. I have 8 shared rooms. I mean 8 shared rooms. So that's 750 times 8. So I get 6K a month just over those shares. So if you're new, let me show you what I'm talking about. I want to show you how I set up my rooms. And this is what I teach you guys is how to set your rooms up. Because this is how we make our money and this is how we make our impact. The more people you can house, the more money you can make. So this is how we set up our room, guys. We put a minimum of 2 beds in my room. You don't have to do the room divider, but I do this for my people just because I'm different like that. So yeah. So I put 2 beds into one room, and then and so 8 of those beds in my first house is 750. So 8 times 50 is 6K a month that I'm paying every single. Now one of the rooms was too small to put two. I put a private. I made it private, and I charged that person $1,000 for that. So let's add 1,000. Let's add 1,000. So this is how I get 7K every single month off of my friend's house. Everybody type 7K in the chat. 7K in the Everybody type 7K in the chat. So this is how I get 7K off of this one house. I do not sit here and have to feed nobody. I don't have to give out 3 meals a day for this 7K. I don't have to babe nobody up for this 7K. I don't have to babe nobody up for that 7K. I don't have to take nobody to their doctor's appointments for this 7K. This is me teaching you guys how to rent a house or own a house, set it up, furnish it, fill your beds with the right people, keep the beds filled, and you're gonna make a set amount of money every single month off that one house. Off that one house. Now, when it comes to my expenses, my rent for this house is only $18.50. So let's subtract it because I wanna show y'all the profit after all the bills have been paid. So $18.50 is what I pay for my 4 bedroom flat. So after we pay rent, I'm left with $5,150. $5,150. Now, you might be thinking, "What about utilities? What about this? What about that?" Typically, I tell my students to charge anywhere between 500 to 8,000 when it comes to utilities. Now, this house right here, my utilities never go over $500. It'd be like 420, 450, something like that. But for the sake of the example, I'm gonna buy this $500. Now, what's included in those utilities? The utilities that y'all have in your house: electric, insurance, what else? Gas, water, anything that you Wi-Fi. I don't pay for these houses. So everything that you would use in your house is the same type of utilities that you're gonna have in your housing program. So let's subtract the utilities. Now, after all bills have been paid, y'all, I am left with all profit $4,650. Everybody type 4K in the chat. Everybody type 4K in the chat. Let's keep tapping the like shot. Let's get to 4K like we doing good. We doing good. So I'm left over, y'all, with 4K every single month. This is all profit. I did not have to do an Amazon package. I didn't have to send an Amazon package for this 4K. I ain't had to ask no man for no $200 for the week for this 4K. I did not have to sit here and work on my feet as a cashier. I didn't have to do doubles, overworked and underpaid for this 4K. I didn't have to go Instacart and Uber Eats down to the ground. Listen, y'all, this is the house one time, renting it, furnishing it, and filling my beds, filling these beds with the right people that's gonna pay every single month, and they don't be sitting here leaving like a revolving door. The people that I teach how to house in y'all program, these are old people that are disabled. They don't have a lot of options. They can't afford to rent an apartment. They can't afford to rent a house, y'all. That's why they're gonna be with you for a long time. When you house a certain demographic, these people never gonna leave like that. They don't really have any options. As sad as it sounds, it's just the reality of it. So one of my veterans, his name is Mr. Randy. Mr. Randy was like, the only way I'm leaving this house is in a body bag. And I should tell you, what we do is really bigger than housing because we create family-like bonds inside of these homes where these people never want to leave. That's how you keep your beds filled, y'all. When you actually care about your housing program, you care about the people in your house. And listen, I be going above and beyond for my people. Like I send them on their birthdays, I send out birthday cakes, I send Mother's Day, I send out flour. Like when you go the extra mile for your people, you think they're gonna want to leave your housing program? They not. They not gonna find better nowhere else. And that's why I take pride in saying that I know how to keep my beds filled, y'all. Anybody can get a house, but when these beds are not filled, you're not making any money. So you have to treat these people with decency. Treat them with decency and respect. That's how you do good business. That's how you keep your beds filled. When your people are happy, you're gonna be paid. So if y'all in this chat talking about, well, what happened if they don't pay? Listen, y'all, my people overly pay. Mr. Randy paid his rent up for 6 months. When they love their place, they not trying to get put out. They not trying to jeopardize their housing. So they gonna always let you know, hey, I got your money, come and get it. They not trying to mess this up. They not listen. I had one of my guys, y'all, right? His name is Reggie. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story time. So I house a bit of everything. I house people that have HIV. I house all type of people. Now, Reggie, and honestly, y'all, when you start your housing business, These people, they act like kids. So these is good. Imagine having like grown kids that pay you to stay in your housing program, and you sitting here mediating arguments, disagreements. So Reggie, mind you, Reggie like in his 60s, y'all. And he was getting into it with one of the other people in the house. And I said, look, Reggie, I sat him down. I said, look, Reggie, you got one more time or you're gonna lose your housing. He was like, please don't let me lose my housing. I don't want to go back to the trap. I don't want to go. So when I tell y'all, it sounded so funny in that moment. It took everything in me not to laugh. He's like, I don't want to go back to the trap. And he like 60 something years old. So when I tell y'all what we do is really bigger than housing, we really creating safe spaces for these people. When you create a safe environment that's peaceful, is comfortable, is furnished, half these people we house, y'all, they never been in a fully furnished house. Believe it or not, that's a luxury. A lot of us take that for granted. A lot of us take for granted that we got furniture in our house, that our house feel like a home, that is decorated, that you come in there in your house and you got a peace of mind. These people don't know what that feel like. So when they come into your housing program and they feel like they a part of something, they not trying to mess that up. So you ain't got to worry about them not paying. You focus on creating them a safe, comfortable living environment. They're going to overly pay you. So that's what I teach y'all. Keep your people happy. You're going to keep getting paid every single time. And that's just that on that. Now, after bills are paid for your housing program, this is what I make, y'all. You might not walk home with what I walk home because everybody prices their beds differently. But I always tell my students, if you can make at least $2,000 profit off of a property after you pay your bills, after you pay your rent, you're doing amazing. When I tell y'all, our landlords is not even making this, y'all. Our landlords only make an extra $200, $300, if that, off of us. So we're really making out good. And I always tell y'all to keep it realistic, to set your base price when it comes to being profitable at least 2,000 minimum. But I get over 2,000 per property. Imagine having 7 of these, y'all. Imagine having 6 houses that's making something like this. And some of my houses make more than this. I'm just giving y'all an example of one house, of how one house can really change your life and really turn you up if you do this the right way. If you could use an extra 4K, drop 4K in the chat right now. If you could use an extra 4K that you don't have to slave over, that you ain't had to work overtime for it, type 4K in this chat. So that's what the difference is, y'all. I teach you how to make money through creating safe spaces that you just have to set up one time, fill it one time, and whether you're there or not, you're getting paid. Whether I'm in town or not, y'all, my money has already been paid for the month. You don't need no grants for this. That's why I tell y'all, house people that get money, you don't need no grants for this. So that's what the difference is. Now, you in this chat, and you might be thinking, well, who can start this business? If you own property, drop a 1. If you don't own property, drop a 2. I want to let y'all know who this is for. So if you own property, drop a 1. If you don't own property, drop a 2. I'm gonna let you know who can do this. All right, shout out to the homeowners in the chat. Y'all keep tapping that live. Let's get the likes up to at least 45K, y'all, while we stop tapping. Wow, we got a lot of homeowners. Shout out to all the homeowners. For all the homeowners in the chat, shout out to y'all. But for the ones that said they don't own property, that's perfectly fine, y'all. I don't own any property. I rent with permission. So you can actually go out into your community and find private landlords and find property management companies that are willing to allow you to rent with permission. Everybody type permission in the chat. Everybody type permission in the chat. These landlords are willing to let you rent their homes with permission. And let me tell y'all this. I pitched my landlord so good. I pitched my property management company so good, meaning I was telling them about my business, what I did, what we offer. When I tell y'all, it was like, oh wow, that's amazing. They did not ask me for a bank statement. They didn't ask me for no credit check, and they didn't ask me for my background check. The only thing that they asked me, y'all, was, do you have first month rent and deposit? I said, absolutely. So that's the thing, y'all. When you know what to say to these landlords and you know how to go in there and carry yourself with confidence, you're going to have your way with them. You're going to have your way with them. They didn't ask me. And that's why I have so many students that are felons that are able to rent these properties, get their housing program started up, and make money even while being a felon. Everybody type no credit needed in the chat. You don't need credit to do this. I don't care if your credit is bad. They didn't ask me for my credit. I really like slid on them, y'all. Like, I was surprised myself. I was like, what? They didn't ask me for no credit check. I was praying to God that they asked me for no bank statement because I didn't want to have to doctor nothing up. I was like, wow, this was too easy. It don't just work for me, y'all. It worked for my students. My students take the same script that I say to the landlords, and they have the same success. They have the same success. And one of my students, she did time in prison. She has 3 properties. She rents all 3. The landlord ain't never asked her, can I see your background check? Can I see your credit check? When you know what to say to these people, y'all, they're not asking you for all that. Now, if you go up in there and you stumbling and fumbling over your words, you sound like you don't know what you're talking about, they're going to be like, what's your credit score? Let me see some bank statements. That's what's going to make a difference. So if you go in there talking about, oh, it don't work for me, it's something wrong with you. Because it worked for a whole lot of other people. But you probably going up there sounding like you don't know what you talking about. They like housing the homeless. Oh, nah, we ain't like, what you do? How many people in this house? And you over there saying all type of crazy stuff. They said, oh, nah, we need to see your bank statements. How you getting paid? I need to see your credit check. I need to see it. They asking you for that stuff, not us. Because you ain't investing yourself. You ain't become a student. But for me and my students, they're not asking us for that. They asking how many properties you need. When I tell you these landlords be on my heels, they be like, I got this new property that's coming up. Can you please take a look at it and see if it's a good fit for the program? They be throwing houses at me, y'all. I don't want no more house. I don't want no more houses. I'm doing other businesses. I don't have time for another house. They be throwing, listen, when you know what to say, they overly going. These landlords is overly going. I love it here. And I love it for my students because they be having the same success. Yes, there's a script. The script is in my bundle, but yes, I tell you what to say. And not only do I tell you what to say, inside of our monthly meetups, I help you guys practice that. A lot of people don't know how to say stuff with confidence, and that's what be holding a lot of us back. When you know how to say, when you know what to say, but you don't know how to say it, you don't practice, you're going to be in there fumbling and stumbling over your words. Some people are going to be like, oh, I don't believe you. You look like you knew. You just started this yesterday. When you go in there and you looking new and you don't sound confident, it'll make a difference, y'all. That's why you want to learn from the queen. I don't really just sell y'all something. I really want to see my students win. And that's why my students had a higher success rate over every teacher on this internet trying to teach housing. I really overly pour into mine. I really see my people win. I be coaching y'all for free on the monthly calls, helping you role play, helping you navigate and all of that. That makes a difference. It really does, y'all, because half of y'all, listen, I'm introverted. I don't like talking to people. A lot of this stuff that I do, y'all, it has to come with practice. If you're not willing to practice, it's not going to work. A lot of us are not naturals. So that's why you want to invest in the right mentor that's going to really see you to success. And that's what I do for my students in this housing business. And that's just that on that. But for the ones that's in the chat, you can do this through renting. I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you ain't got no credit. You don't need that. I don't care if you got $10 in the bank. They ain't asking for no daggone bank statements. But you better find you a way to get that first month rent and deposit. You better find that. You better find that. But now, back to the ones that said that they own property, that's even better. For the ones that own property, guess what? You ain't got to get no permission from nobody to run your stuff. This your stuff. You do what you want to do in your house. And that's just that on that. So you can rent it. You can do this through renting or you can do it through owning property. But typically, I tell my students to start this out renting first, y'all, because it's the least amount of money to get started. And you can actually grow faster if you're renting. You can grow to more houses if you're renting. If you own a property, everybody not in position to go pull out 20K and go purchase a house and go do this. No, everybody is not in position. But my mission is taking everyday people, turning them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. Now, if you in this chat, because I gotta go, y'all. I got some business to handle at 6. Um, so I gotta go. But before I go, if you're in this chat and you like Lane, I love this. This sounds amazing. How can I learn up under you? How can I get you to be my mentor? If you want to know how I can coach you guys on your journey of starting your own housing program in any city, in any state, you want me to be your mentor, type a one in the chat and I'm gonna do something special for y'all. But I need to see some ones in the chat. If I don't see enough ones, then I ain't gonna do it. But if enough people is wanting to become a student, I might do something special. I know it's Friday and it's Mother's Day weekend. So I want to look out for the mothers, even if you're not a mother, because I'm not a mother. But guess what? My businesses are my babies. So I'm going to gift you guys with a baby, even if you're not a mother. Gift yourself with a baby that can keep you paid and that takes care of you. Yes, this baby right here that I'm going to teach y'all how to set up, it's going to take care of you. Because my baby, I got 6 of these babies and they take care of me well. I don't need no man to take care of me. I don't need to ask nobody for money. I don't need to scam nobody for no money. My houses is what keeps me paid and funds my lifestyle, even when I don't show up on these platforms to y'all. I'm grateful and thankful to have a business that makes me money, whether I show up on social media or not. And I love that for me. And I want that for all of y'all. Y'all should have a stream of income that's not tied to you showing up every day and trading your time for money. And that's why I teach you to set these up, make a difference in your life. You can free up a lot of your time. Thank you for your gifts. You can free up a lot of your time, give yourself financial freedom, time freedom, spend more time with your kids, go on vacation. Listen, y'all don't know how amazing it feels to be able to go to the store and not have to look at the price. And not have it feels so amazing to go to the nail place and the lady say, "Oh, that's $5 extra. I don't care. Give it to me. Give me the highest pedicure. I don't care." And that's what I want for all of y'all. You should be able to live life more abundantly. Live life on your own terms. But the only way that you're going to do that is through creating a business, y'all. And the business that changed my life was housing program. Starting a housing program did it for me. I didn't need to open up a group home, a personal care home. This was it. And this is why I want to show y'all that financial freedom is attainable for you. The life of your dreams is attainable for you, but you have to build it. You have to build something that's going to take care of you. Not a man is not coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. Your family member is not coming to save you. It's on you to take care of you and give yourself the life of your dreams. That's exactly what I did, y'all. I gave myself the life of my dreams. I don't have to look for nobody to be like, "Oh, can you send me $200 this week? Oh, can you put me in this hotel key?" No, my businesses do that for me. And that's what I want for y'all. Now, if you're in this chat and you want to start your housing program, you want to create something impactful, get the housing program. My bundle is currently what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my bundle on sale for y'all only for 5 minutes because I gotta go in. Like, I gotta start getting ready. I gotta take a shower and get ready for the night. But this is what I'm gonna do for y'all. I'm gonna put it on sale because it's Mother's Day and I want to look out for the mothers and even for the future mothers. It's okay, Ashley. It's okay. It's okay. You did good because I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how to join the community, and you did your biggest one. You still did. Listen. Let me see. Ashley, just inbox me. I'll give you a free coaching call. Shout out to you because you really took action. Just inbox me and I'll give you a free coaching call. So hold on, guys. Let me discount this for y'all, and I'm gonna show you how to get it. I'm gonna show you how to get it. And inside this bundle, it's a master class. So it's not an ebook, y'all. It's a video of me teaching almost 3 hours long that you have forever access to. You can pause it, go do it, pause it, go do it, come back to it, and all of that. So that's what the difference is. So that's what I love over master classes over ebooks, because you can really listen and hear. Everybody doesn't read, and I know y'all don't be reading. So I know y'all don't be reading, so I want y'all to actually take advantage of the material. So here's what I'm gonna do. So for this live, I just discounted the bundle for $285, y'all. It's only gonna be discounted for 5 minutes because I have to go, and this is for Mother's Day. So let me show you guys how to get it. Now, for everybody that's in the chat, I'm gonna show you how to get it. For FB, it is currently linked on this in this live stream. But for my TikTok community, I want you guys to click on my profile picture up here. And once you get it, come back and say got it so I can show you guys how to join the ongoing coaching inside of the FB community, because that's where you're going to ask your questions, stay plugged in on your journey, attend the free meetup so you can get support. because I don't just tell you to buy this and beat it. No, I really want to see y'all win. So that's why I want you to join the community with your purchase. So you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. Another box is going to pop up. Click on my face again and make sure you guys are following me if you already don't follow me, because there's a lot of fake pages and I will never inbox y'all first. I will never DM y'all first. And so once you get to my profile, click where it says Stan Store. Wait, click where it says Stan. Why does it keep doing that? All right, so y'all see what I mean. You're going to click where it says Stan. And this the first one, y'all. It's currently on sale for $285. This is the cheapest it's ever going to be. This is the video that's going to teach you guys step by step how to set this up in any city, in any state, how to find the clients that have money. I'm going to teach you how to find landlords and property management companies. So all of my scripts is in this video as well. And then if you guys want to do the payment plan, I highly recommend you use a payment plan. And the payment plan is going to be, I believe it is $71 today. So if you want to use Klarna and Afterpay, you can purchase it today for $71. But this is going to get you access to my exclusive FB community where you're going to get ongoing coaching on your journey. And I'm only going to keep this up for 5 minutes, y'all. Hey Siri, set alarm for 5 minutes, because the price is going back up when I get off of here. And don't ask me when I get off, well, the prices, I told y'all, you got to listen. Success loves speed. If you don't take advantage, I hate that for you, because I be trying to get your opportunity. So for YouTube, what you guys are going to do, you are going to hit the drop down button in this video, and it should take you to, it says join here to become a student. Click that, and it's in the stand. And we do have Klarna and Afterpay, so you guys can use the payment plan option as well. But it's currently discounted for Mother's Day for the mothers. Oh, can't see. So Latangela, so for FB, what you guys are gonna do, it should be linked in this chat. If not, you're gonna go to my profile over on FB and type this up here, or click that, the LINK. And when you click on that LINK, it's gonna go to my storefront. In my storefront, the bundle is this first one, and it's currently $285. When I get off of here, price is going up. So you might want to take advantage, and the timer is on. If you want to use Klarna and Afterpay, what you're going to do is you're going to click this right here. You're going to click this right here, and it's going to break it down to $71 today for you. And a lot of y'all get $71 and spend that on DoorDash and Uber Eats and other BS. Call your kids and say, hey, I got an early Mother's Day gift. I need that $71. Cash app it to me. Cash app it to me. Can't find it. So Yolanda, what you're going to do, you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. And then another box is going to pop up. Click on it again. And it's going to take you to my profile. And it's right here, Stan. Right underneath my email. The bundle is the first one. The bundle is the first one, and it's as low as it's ever going to be, y'all, because when I get off here, it's going back up to regular price. Now, if you want to use the payment plan option, and this is a masterclass, this is not an ebook. This is a video that you can pause, come back to, and you have lifetime access to all the material. Mama said, I bought it. Shout out to Mama. Welcome to the winning team. Welcome to the winning team. Now, let me show you how to join the community. Don't leave. So once you hit Klarna or Afterpay at checkout, y'all, it'll break it down into payment plans for you. Now, for YouTube, let me show you guys how to get it. So it should be in the description of this video, and you have to, I believe you got to qualify for Klarna and Afterpay. Now, for all my students, welcome to the winning team. Once you become a student of mine, you have access to me inside of the exclusive FB community for life. Let me show you how to join that, y'all, because this is where you're going to ask your questions. So after you watch your masterclass, and you're going to get your forms as well. And then once you watch your masterclass and you have ongoing questions, this group right here is where you get ongoing support. It's called Bed to Bread Housing Community over on FB. And you have to put the email that y'all purchased with to be approved. So you have to put the email that you purchased your bundle with to be approved. Or if you're already a student of mine and you purchased a ticket to an event, go request the group. If you ever purchased a webinar from me, go request the group. So this is where you get ongoing support on your journey from the queen. And that's just that on that. But welcome to the winning team. Shout out to all my action takers for doing their biggest one. You cannot lose. Make sure you guys check your spam and promotions folder. I pulled over to get it and I'm having issues. What happened, Yolanda? What's it saying? Make sure you guys check your spam and promotions folder as well, because sometimes it goes there. And if you have any issues with your order, if you can't find your order, email me and I'll make sure you get that. But typically it's in y'all spam folders. But yeah, and that's just that on that. And another thing, if you do happen to delete the email out your email, just email me and I'll send it right back to y'all. So you have forever access to this information. And listen, I had one girl, she invested in the bundle. She didn't open it up till a month later. And that's the beauty of having forever access. You can take it on your own time. You can go at your own pace. So yeah, it's completely up to you. But guess what? The group is always going to be here. We're going to always be here pouring into our students. Let me show y'all one of my students. She just filled up one of her houses. This another one of my students, Renata, in the field promoting her housing program. So I teach you guys how to market. I teach you guys everything that you need to know. We got people that's in here. This is Miss Tammy. She just filled up her house. It's so nice, so amazing. So I'm not the only one winning in my community, y'all. My students is really doing their biggest one. And this is the type of success you need to get next to. This is the type of mentor you need to get next to. Everybody on this app is not having receipts like my students are having receipts. Everybody on this app that's teaching housing, they can't show you no receipt. They just chatting. They just chatting. And half of them, you barely could see a house on their page, if we being honest. But it's different over here. I really live this life that I teach y'all. And I take pride in living by example. I'm not going to lead y'all off no cliff and teach you something that I don't do in real life. There is nothing in this business that I have not been through, y'all. I've been through the city coming to my house. I know how to coach my students through any situation. Any situation I can coach my students. Listen, code enforcement came, I turned them away. Code enforcement came, turned him away. I had a guy that came home from prison. He jumped out the window on the second floor. Had a guy trying to unalive himself. It's nothing that I cannot coach you that I have not experienced in this business. And that's the type of mentor you want to learn this business from, the queen. And that's just that on that. So shout out to all my action takers doing their biggest one. Congratulations. Welcome to the winning team. Let me show you guys how to join the FB community where you're going to get ongoing support on your journey. Now, if you guys get hung up, do not suffer in silence. Do not get stuck and suffer in silence, because half of y'all want to be in my inbox. What do? I be like, are you in the FB group? Well, no, I didn't know. Well, that's why. Why are you not in the group? How do we access me for questions inside the group? Let me show you. Inside this group right here is where you get ongoing support. And I have free monthly meetups, y'all. Look. So once you become a student, and as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to let all of y'all in. Just make sure you put the email you purchased with to be approved. And then, oh, my bad, YouTube. I forgot that y'all over here, because y'all don't be talking to me. So I don't be knowing that y'all be listening or paying attention. But anyway, if you're on YouTube and you want to become a student, drop me in the chat and I'll show you guys how to join the winning team. But once you get inside the group, y'all, you're going to go to the events tab. Let me show you. There's a button at the top called events tab. And this is where I host our Zoom calls. So our next Zoom meetup, y'all, is May 13th. So if you're joining today, you still have time to watch your bundle and then make it for the monthly meetup. And this is where all the students, we got 156 people coming to the meetup. But the Zoom link is here. So this is where you come to get your support. So I don't leave y'all hanging. I'm not one of them type of teachers like, oh, I just spent my money with her. She ain't nowhere to be found. The only thing I tell y'all is don't ask me questions in my inbox. Ask me questions in the group, because I want everybody to have success. And your question might be somebody else's question. And a lot of times when y'all ask questions, somebody can, if I'm not able to answer it, somebody else going to come and answer it. So we all look out for each other in this community. And that's what I love about it. And this is not a subscription. This is what comes with your purchase, because you became a student. You did your biggest one. So shout out to y'all for doing y'all biggest one in the chat. Yolanda said, I'm suffering now because I can't purchase no link. What you mean, Yolanda? What happened? You want me to walk you through it? Andrea said me. Okay, so let me show you. So for my YouTube community, which you guys are going to do. So let me see. So for my YouTube community, let me pull it up on here and see how it looks. So once you get to my video on YouTube, you're going to click right here in the drop down. You see that? Click more. And the LINK is right here, Andrea. So when you click that, Andrea, hold on. Why is it doing that? So when you click that LINK, the bundle is right here. So you're going to hit get my bundle. Keisha said it would not allow me to accept the terms and conditions. What you mean? Did anybody else have issues with the terms and condition? I don't know what that's about. And if you want to use Klarna and Afterpay, just hit this. Just hit that and then it'll check out. Let me see. Where are the terms and conditions? I don't see terms and conditions, y'all. Where? Maybe just hit the box. I don't know. But shout out to all the action takers that's doing their biggest one. Okay, shout out to Lee New. Yes. So Lee New said after you fill out everything, you have to hit terms and conditions. I took a photo of it. There you go. It's where you put your info. Thank you, Ashley. That part. So yeah, y'all, that's what you do. But oh, the timer went off. But am I still waiting on anybody? If I'm still waiting on you, type me in the chat and then I'll wait on y'all. Latangela, period, Latangela, did her biggest one. Let's go. Let's go, Latangela. I know that's right. Latangela did her biggest one. So let me show my TikTok community one more time. Yes, it's light. You can't see it. Okay, there you go, Andrea. Okay, period. Now, shout out to all my action takers that's doing their biggest one. Welcome to the winning team, y'all. You can't lose because you got me as your mentor, and I'm not a loser. I don't hang around losers. And success is contagious. And guess what? You learning from the best. So big up to you. Now let me go to my TikTok page. So for my TikTok community, what you guys are going to do, you're going to hit my profile picture up here. Once you hit that, another box should pop up. Click on my face again, and it's going to take you to my profile. Make sure y'all follow me if y'all don't already follow me, and you're going to hit where it says Stan. Wait. You're going to hit where it says Stan Store. And it's the very first one, y'all. Get the bundle. The bundle is a video. It's a masterclass that's almost 3 hours long. And it's going to walk y'all step by step. All the questions y'all ask me, I break it down inside this video. And even if it's something you felt like I didn't touch on, and then also you get the forms as well. The forms you need to start your housing program up. And if you want to do the payment plan, just hit this K at checkout. And it's gonna break it into installments, and it's $71 purchase. Shout out to you, Irrelevant. Let's go. So if you guys use the Klarna or Afterpay, it's gonna be $71 today, payment plan. And then now that you join the winning team, let me show you how to join the FB community to get ongoing support on your journey. Because honestly, the community is where the magic happens, y'all. So do not forget to join the group. Let me show you. And make sure you introduce yourself. You can find your business bestie in there. We got people from all over inside the community. So you're going to go to FB and type in bed number 2, bread housing community, and put the email that you purchased your bundle with to be approved. And then as soon as I get off of here, I'm letting everybody inside the group. And then you can introduce yourself. You can find your business bestie. Also in here, y'all, I got a video of me pitching a landlord in real life. Let me show y'all. So y'all can actually hear me pitching live and in person because he didn't know I was recording. But I said, I want to do this for my students to see if I still got it. And I still had it. Because this landlord, he was like, well, we don't allow subleasing, but since you say it like that and it's a program, like I really sold this man so good. So once you get inside this group, make sure y'all hit the featured section. Once you get inside, click on this featured section and you're going to be able to see the video of me pitching the landlord because I had pinned it to the group. So y'all can hear when y'all ready to pitch and you ready to go out and get properties, you can kind of know what to say, how to talk. And that man was eating it up after I told him. He was like, okay, well, yeah, I think we could do that. At first, he told me no, y'all. He told me no at first, but I was kind of like pushy. And that's one thing about me. As an entrepreneur, as a CEO, don't take no for an answer. Somebody going to tell you yes. Don't give up. Listen, before I got my first yes, y'all, I did go through so many no's, but that's the part of the game. If we already own our homes, who else are we pitching to? Nobody. This is yes stuff. You ain't got to pitch to nobody unless you choose to rent, unless you choose to get another property and rent. That's the only difference. But you really don't have to pitch to nobody. The only difference with you is you have to learn how to market. I teach you how to market in the bundle. I tell you how to go into your community and build relationships so people can send you clients to fill your beds. So now that you own property, your main thing. Shout out to you, Keisha. Period. Welcome to the winning team. But yeah, so now that you own your property, you have to focus on building your foundation and going into the community and building a name for your housing program. So that's the only difference. But yeah, but yes, shout out to all my action takers in the chat doing their biggest one. Yeah, shout out to you, Keisha. Now, make sure you guys go join the community. Do not forget, this is where you're going to be able to ask questions on your journey. Stay plugged in. We host free monthly meetups too. So once you get in the group, you're going to click on this events tab. You're going to click on this events tab and then mark yourself as going. Our next Zoom call is May 13th. So if you watch a video and you got questions that you want to talk to me, ask my students, definitely join the call. We got people from all walks of the business inside the community. We got students that got started up, they got multiple homes. We got students that are on the same journey just like you. We got people that from all walks of life that can relate. So yes, let me try through YouTube. Oh, Yolanda, it's not working for you? I don't know why. Other people is working for the other people. Oh, Latangela. So the FB group is called Bed Two Bread Housing Community. I can't flip the screen, but it's Bed number 2 Bread Housing Community on FB. And you just put the email that you purchased with to be approved, and then I'm gonna let everybody in. Is there a way you can stay private as well without being known? Absolutely. So you don't want the people in your house knowing that you are over the house? Listen, you can tell them you definitely could. You could tell them that you're the program director. They don't got to know that you're the owner. You could just say you work for the owner. I like to be discreet too in business. So you can tell people that you're a director of the program. You could say, hey, I work for the program. They don't got to know that you're the owner. That ain't nobody business, honestly. Uh, no, not at all. I took a screenshot. Maybe try over on YouTube. I'm not sure, but make sure y'all subscribe on YT. It's called Lane Lavish because TikTok be acting funny. If you choose Klarna, it will tell you to copy the link and paste it. Okay, so yeah, Yolanda, you might have to copy the link and paste it in the browser, in your browser. That's probably what it is. But yeah, I gotta go see my man Trey Songz, so I gotta go, y'all. But shout out to all the action takers. I'm trying to hold out on y'all because I gotta start getting ready for the night. Gotta get ready for the night. What's the regular price? Let me show you. The regular price is, let me show you the regular price. So this is the sale price. This is the regular price. Thank you for waiting on us. No problem. Shout out to y'all. Listen, y'all, when I get off of here, the price is going back up. I'm giving you a Mother's Day special. I'm giving you a Mother's Day special. Have fun. Thank you, Fancy. Period. But if you guys have any issues with finding the group, just inbox me and I'll send you the direct link. But yeah. Welcome to the winning team, to all my biggest ones. Shout out to all my heavy hitters, all my action takers. Y'all, I be cracking up because I forget that I be saying stuff on the internet. And one lady on my Facebook, she was like, I want to be a heavy hitter. Y'all, I start cracking up. I forgot I be talking like that online. But shout out to all my heavy hitters because y'all really my heaviest hitters, doing y'all biggest ones. I love when you do that. When I do what? But that was too funny. I'm like, she said it on a comment, she's like, I want to be a heavy hitter. Y'all, I started bust out laughing. I said, that is too cute. I love it. But that's just what I call my people, my heavy hitters. Shout out to my heavy hitters. So yeah, I bought it. Shout out to you, 103 certified, period. Doing your biggest one. So here is let me show you the community to join now that you are on the winning side. Ain't nobody winning like mine. So yeah, you did your biggest one for joining the queen. But this is the community that you get ongoing support in. It's called Bed to Bread Housing Community. Here's what it looked like. Bed number 2, Bread Housing Community. So for my FB too. But shout out to y'all doing y'all biggest one. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. But yeah. Shout out to all my heavy hitters. If you ain't a heavy hitter yet, I hate that for you. Join the winning team. Get your money up so you can be up. But yeah, welcome to the winning side. That part, Shelby. That part. But thank y'all for tuning in. I've been on here over my time, but I love y'all. Make sure you follow me if you don't already follow me. I'll catch y'all next time. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers in the chat. Yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Who is this? Okay. All right. Love y'all. Gotta go. Have a good night.